Hey again, this is Andy from potatoesandpearls.com, and this is going to be a quick video. I am going to show you guys how to make home fries in the air fryer. I make mine with peppers and onions. Really easy, really quick. It's a throw together and throw it in. I am going to show you how to make this easy breakfast staple right after this. I've already cut up my potatoes off camera and I've cut them into little chunks, maybe about a half an inch in size. It's about 1 to 2 pounds of potatoes. You don't have to pre-cook the potatoes like you would if you were making typical home fries. You don't even have to take the skin off, but I don't like skin on my potatoes, so I peeled them ahead of time as well. I'm also going to cut up a medium-sized onion. You can use anywhere between a small to medium onion, and you're going to cut it up into chunks. You could use strips of onion as well if you wanted to, but I just prefer the chunks just so you get kind of an even bite when you're eating your home fries. And so I've already cut up half the onion, so that was just a little showing how to cutting it up. I'm also going to cut up 1 large green pepper. I'm also going to cut this up into chunks. Once again, you could leave this in strips if you wanted to, but I like to have an even bite, an even flavor, pepper, onion, potato when I'm eating my home fries. So I, once again, prefer for it to be in chunks. So I've gone ahead and put my peppers and onions and potatoes all together in one bowl, and I try to mix it up a little bit just so there's an even distribution. It's not like a whole layer of peppers, a whole layer of onions, and a whole layer of potatoes. Once I get that mixed up pretty well, I add in a little bit of olive oil, maybe about a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half of olive oil, and I go ahead and mix that together. So I make sure that there is some olive oil coating the potato, and that's to help get the brown color to the potato that you would get with regular frying of the potatoes for home fries. And I'm going to add in a little bit of salt. Salt isn't necessary. Like if you have high blood pressure or something, you try to avoid it. You don't have to put it on there, but I like to cook with a little bit of salt, but you could always use some other type of seasoning, a Mrs. Dash or something, salt substitute, anything that you prefer. Once I get the salt mixed in, I go ahead and I add in some pepper. I'm just putting on some fresh ground pepper. Once again, if you're not a pepper person, you don't have to add it. I'm just showing you guys how I make my home fries. And then lastly, I'm going to add in some garlic. With the garlic, I just use the powdered kind that you'd get in the seasoning aisle, and I'll probably be putting in about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit less of garlic. Once again, like all my seasonings, it depends on your taste and your flavor. If you have like a favorite pre-blended seasoning you want to put on it, put that on. It's just, I like to keep my potatoes pretty simple just because it does have peppers and onions in it, and those are a flavor within itself. And so just adding in some black pepper, some salt, and some garlic, I think just is like simple, but it still makes it taste really good. So now it's time to add our potatoes to the air fryer. I am going to set my air fryer at 350 degrees. you are going to cook the potatoes for 20 to 30 minutes. And if you want it crispier, I recommend do your full, I put mine in for about 20 minutes, and then I pull it out at the end of 20 minutes and I look at the color. If I want it a little bit more crispy, then I stick it in for 5-minute increments at a time. And also, just to kind of help with the cooking process as well, every 10 minutes, so if you do 20 minutes at the 10-minute mark, pull the tray out and shake it around a little bit, just so it can get a little bit more even cooking, because as you can see, it's like a group of potatoes instead of one singular layer of potatoes. So you just want to help with that airflow. And we're done. I told you guys this would be a really quick video. Making the potatoes in the air fryer, I just find easier because let's say you're making breakfast for a group of people. That's one last thing that you have to manage on the stove. You can kind of just set it and leave it. I hope you guys like this video. I try to put out some quick, helpful ones. I'll probably put a timestamp in the bottom to mark where you can just see the air fryer time. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you like food videos, if you like travel videos sprinkled in, think about subscribing to the channel. I put content like this here weekly. I'll see you guys later. Bye.